Hi guys, how are you? I just wanted to show you a bit of a demo on how I built the My Plant Calls Me thing that I released a few weeks ago. So it's a no code slash low code thing that I've built. So for that I've used Zapier, which we have here on the screen, and a few other things, Bland.AI, which I think it's a pretty cool service to use for GPT calls. I'll just start by telling you a bit about both services and the sensor, and I have the plant here as well with the sensor inside, and hopefully it'll make a bit more sense on how I built this. I got quite a few requests from people to asking how I put everything together in a no-code manner. Here we have Zapier. So Zapier is a service that lets you bring together different services. You can see it here on the screen. They already have some pre-built activities for have thousands of integrations. This is pretty much focused on Gmail. It sends an email with Gmail when Google Sheets rows are updated, or documents and things like those. They also have like an AI builder thing, so you can tell it, when I add a reaction to a Slack message, create a card in Trello. They have an example here. But in our case, what we build is, as soon as we receive an email into our own mailbox, that's when we send out a call, a GPT call with Bland AI. So Bland have already created an integration themselves. So we're gonna jump into that in a second. So that's Zapier. You can create a free account, and then it will take you to this exact page that I have right here. Bland. Okay, so Bland AI is a service you can start for free. They give you I think $2. Each call cost depends on how long it is, but it costs about 10 cents, 20 cents for a 1-2 minute call, something like that. So with $2 you can do some tests. Yeah, I have an example here. So let's put in my name. So you can see that it's calling me now. Let's see what it says.
Andy, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I'm an AI phone agent for Bland.AI. How did you hear about us?
I've seen some stuff online about you.
Well, I'm excited to chat with you about Bland.AI. What made you interested in learning more about us?
Okay, so I just logged in into Bland AI, so I'll just briefly tell you what they offer in general. So you can send a one singular phone call. You can send bulk calls as well. Like you can send hundreds of calls if you have like a database of numbers. You can do that as well. You can buy phone numbers, voices, and voice cloning. They can clone your voice. I was receiving an email from this soil moisture. There's a sensor in here which looks a bit like this. So this thing is actually transmitting information about the soil moisture and a few other parameters. So they provide this interface here. You can watch it. You can see the temperature in here and the humidity. What else do we have? Pressure, the soil moisture. You can see it's at 35% currently. I think the optimal is at about 50, the way I set it up. You can set it to send you an email as soon as the soil moisture is less than a certain threshold. So then it sends out an email that looks a bit like this. The best device is the sensor. That's how I call the sensor. So it tells you that it was at 27% moisture, which was too low. With Zapier, what you can do is you can create a zap so that as soon as you receive an email, a certain action is being triggered. So when you press on the zaps, let's create a new one. Describe your zap at this level. So whenever I receive an email, use Bland AI to send a call, or you can create it yourself manually. But they're composed of two big things: the trigger. So a trigger can be an email, a Slack message being posted, or a Teams message, a reaction on a Teams message, a new row being added to a database or to an Excel. So all of those can be set up as triggers. As soon as the trigger is satisfied, this zap starts, and it starts performing certain actions. So for triggers, let's try and look for Outlook. Microsoft Outlook, we can see it here. The event is when a new email is received to the inbox, or we can say when a new email is matching a search. So a new email is received in my inbox that matches a search. That's what we need. We press continue. I've already connected my account. It's just as easy as connecting your to your account via the Microsoft website. So I'm gonna use that. And then the trigger got access to all my folders as well. So we have the inbox, child folders as well for your inbox, for your main folders. Here we have the search terms. It gives you a guideline. So you can say from, subject, or body. So whichever of those are being satisfied. So in our case, the email is coming from Echo with weather, or we can use the subject as alert. Let's get this email and we can say from, then we use this, see if that's the correct syntax, and you can test the trigger as well. It found a few emails from the previous emails that we found in the email box, so it's a nice way to test it out. So let's say we are gonna use that, and then you can see that the suggestion is already here, Bland.AI, more than 5,000 integrations. So let's say, yeah, we want to use Bland.AI. You can analyze a call with AI. So after you have a conversation with somebody, you can run that through Bland. You can end the phone call, you can get a transcript, wait on hold. But what we are interested in is this send phone call. When we select that, it is going to ask us for our account. So again, I've already created my account and I've used it here. So that's pretty easy to do. Then you press continue and you complete the fields. So in our case, we want the person that calls us on the phone, we want it to act as our plant. I'll put in my number in a second. The task is going to be the actual prompt. So it says, you are Bobby's yucca plant and you are calling him about the fact that you are thirsty. Here's the moisture level and the details. We can utilize the body of the email that we received earlier. So that contained the current percentage of moisture as well, if the person is asking. We can also use the subject, but let's use the body content here. What else do we have here is a reduce latency set to true already. Voice is set to 0. So you have the different voices here. You have American male, American female, and a few others. When reduce latency set to false. So for this, let's say we want to use number 2, American female. I think that sounds alright for our plant. Request data. So here is where we can set up things like, hey, I want from the caller to get certain pieces of information, like when exactly do they want the plant to be watered. So we can utilize that later down the line in our flow. We're trying to capture here the date, time of the watering. Let's leave it to answering machine detection. If you want the AI to navigate a phone tree, like calling insurance, you want the AI to leave voicemails. Webhooks, we can put in here a webhook, for example, to a calendar, and it can automatically post an event for the watering as well. I won't do that for now. Also, if you have purchased a fixed outbound phone number, you can utilize that here as well. So it always comes from the same phone number all the time. If the person on the phone is asking for a transfer, you can set that up here as well. A transfer to a person, perhaps. Or you can put in the number here as well. If you want to record the phone call as well, it's another thing for that Bland.AI is offering. We're gonna set it to false because I think it's a premium feature, if I'm not mistaken. It's gonna wait for us to say hello before it actually starts speaking. The first sentence is going to be, well, you can either set this up or not, but let's leave it without the first sentence and see what it comes up with. The language is gonna be English. Support more languages like Spanish, French, Polish. We can set the max duration in minutes. So let's say we want to keep it to maximum 1 minute. We don't want to waste too many tokens on this. And then dynamic data as well. Make dynamic requests to external APIs and use the data in your AI response. And you can utilize different APIs or get the AI agent to make different API calls while in the phone call. Interruption threshold. When you increase interruption latency, you force the AI phone agent to listen for longer before responding. So we'll leave it like this. Voice setting, start time, the model. You can have, let's say we want to use the base model for this. And then the temperature, let's set it to 1 so it's quite loose when it comes to that. So, and now we have the task, we have everything here. If we test the step, what should happen now? Based on the email that I had earlier, we should start receiving an email that says that a call was sent a second ago. So you can see that it is calling me now. So let's give it a try. Yes, hello, this is Bobby speaking.
Hi, Bobby. This is your yucca plant calling. I noticed the soil moisture level is only 27%, which is quite low for me. I really need more water to stay healthy. When can you come by and give me a good watering? My ideal moisture level is over 50%.
Yeah, I understand. Actually, I'm away from home, so I'll be back in about 3 weeks. Is that okay?
I'll try to hang in there until you get back. Goodbye, Bobby.
That's pretty much how it works. I think this can be vastly improved, as you've seen. It's just a fun demo to show you what is possible with this technology. It'll be definitely radical when it works full time and people will know how to utilize it. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you want to know anything else, or if you have any other fun demos in mind. But other than that, thank you very much, and I'll catch you next time.